Get in one more NBFC, and Sudha Suresh, CFO of Ujjiivan Financial Services, is with us as well. Ms. Suresh, thanks so much for joining in. Your thoughts? I mean, everybody's talking about how rates, if not immediately, but seem to be on the way lower. And if that is indeed the case, looking at the way some of the NBFCs are raising money through NCDs as well, they should be good times for NBFCs by and large.
Yeah, indeed, this is a good time for NBFCs and for NBFCs MFI like us. As much as we have seen that the RBI has indicated rate cuts in the past, we are also hoping and looking forward to a complete and comprehensive implementation and transmission of the same from the banks. As you are well aware, as NBFC MFIs, we still depend on wholesale sources, and the banking system is the key to it. We do hope that the banking system is continuing in the next few quarters also to transmit the full benefit of the rate cuts propagated earlier. Further to that, of course, in terms of the credit policy, there is always a balancing factor in terms of growth and inflation. As much as the government has made various moves in terms of the growth factors, the Make in India, the Jan Dhan also been at a 2-year high in terms of the food inflation. Hopefully, with a good monsoon and the hopes of a good harvesting, we could possibly look at a downward trend in rates maybe in the coming quarters.
Sudha, one of the things I think that many people have been intrigued about is how NBFCs are doing so well. They seem to see no dearth of lending opportunities even as banks are struggling. So my first question is, how is it that NBFCs are seeing opportunities? Where are they seeing these opportunities? And mind you, this is coming at a time when the regulatory arbitrage that there was between NBFCs and banks is coming to an end. NBFCs will also have to abide by the same strict regulatory norms as banks. So what explains a completely different performance of NBFCs vis-a-vis banks? Is it that NBFCs are being brave, a little foolhardy perhaps?
So let me take you on that. The NBFC MFI sector space, as you see, predominantly is into microfinance, which largely is affected not affected by the kind of rate changes which happen. So the microfinance business is running well and good, and the NBFC MFI sector continues to progress, and a healthy rate growth of anywhere between 30 to 40% is there in the sector currently. And because of the fact that the repayment rates in the MFI business are pretty high, they're all at 99 plus, and we continue to enjoy the benefits of good credit and lending, you see a healthy credit growth in the sector. The microfinance business overall has excellent repayment rates, and the business continues to thrive. Further, there are huge opportunities in the MSME space, typically lending in brackets and in ticket sizes which the banks again have not into. So that again gives a larger scope for the NBFC MFIs as in general.
Right, Mr. Suresh, good having you. Thank you so much for joining in, all of you. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us. We've come to this policy coverage at least. Just want to remark what the equity markets are doing. There is weakness, perceptible weakness in almost all the key indices.